So secret lairs are usually a pretty contentious point of discussion. Either you really like them or you really dislike the secret lairs. And I think a lot of that has to come down to how you feel about the artistic direction or what kind of things that you want to see in Magic. And me personally, I don't really care one way or the other most of the time, but I'm going to actually talk about these today because I've seen quite a few of these spread around the internet over the last couple of days that have really either gotten a chuckle out of me or have just left me completely flabbergasted that they would even think to put this into the game. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a look at these super drops, and just going to put them out there and let you come to your own conclusions. And I'll give my two cents as we go along. So let's go take a look. Okay, so here we are. First up here, we have this very interesting art of Seedborn Muse. It doesn't display the muse itself. It's kind of like a recreation or a reimagining of the art here. And it is just a plant spirit kind of thing. And this is going to be available for people who spend $200 or more on the super drop. So let's look in here a little bit closer. It's just an extended art. The art itself is beautiful. It's I really like the way this looks. It's very, very nice looking. But it doesn't actually have the muse in its descriptor. Or not descriptor, but in the art profile itself. That's just the Seedborn Muse. It's just a special little promo that people are going to have access to if they spend a certain amount of money. Now, this one, I thought this was actually kind of cool. So this is a super drop of various cards that have new names, new art, but they are cards that actually exist within the game. They are just altered for this. I don't know who Miku is specifically. I've heard that she is a fully animated singer, kind of if you were to think in Western terms, this would be their version of Gorillaz. Gorillaz is a band. They make real music, but their stage presence is all animated. You never see the players playing their instruments. It's all animation. So I think this Miku character is something along the same lines, but I am a little ignorant of the lore behind this character, so you'll have to forgive me there. But the art itself is really nice. It's got a very cool anime style to it. Each one of them is slightly different too, because if you look at this Miku the Renowned here, it kind of reminds me more of the Kamigawa style of art, with very the hard lines, versus this card here, Shelter, that is much more soft. And then you have Miku's Spark, Miku Lost But Singing, that's obviously Azusa Lost But Seeking. Harmonize, so that makes sense. I mean, it's a singer. A singer wants to harmonize with her music, right? And then Inspiring Vantage. This one is, I think that's a newer card. Inspiring Vantage enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. Yeah, that was one of the new opposing color fast lands that came out with the most recent set. So yeah, that's an interesting art direction. I like that each different one has slightly different takes on the same character, be it from the color of the hair to the straight up line work. It just looks really, really cool. I kind of like it. I don't think that's something I would buy myself, but I can appreciate the artistic direction. All right. Now, this is the one that really caught my attention, mostly because of how silly it is. They're clearly having fun with this. They're calling this Goblingram. It's literally Instagram posts from goblins. You have Brash Taunter, Goblin Chieftain, surrounded by rats. Goblin Ringleader is the Goblin crew taking a group selfie. Goblin Welder. And then you have Mog Marshall down here. with he's doing hard hands with his friend there. And the thing that they really got me on this wasn't necessarily the art, it was the framing. It's like the framing is, this is very clearly Instagram. You've got the likes, the dislikes, you've got the, I'm assuming like the share button over here, and then you have a comment section under here. And you'll notice specifically Thrun the Last Troll is commenting mean comments on every single one of these. It's like each of the top comments are like other members of the goblin tribe, like praising and egging on their friends, but the bottom one is always Thrun just being a shit, and I love it. It's like, this is actually a secret lair that I would not mind owning. This is actually really funny to me. And like the selfies, it cracks me up. Like you've got your gym bro like showing off his abs. You've got Goblin Chieftain just hanging out with their rats, and like looks like he's just having like a lazy Sunday morning. The group selfie is hilarious. Like, it reminds me of like that me and the boys meme from last year. Goblin Welder and the Mug Marshal with the heart hands. That really tickles me. It's so silly. All right, let's move on. Now this this is just straight up great art. Like, this reminds me of like the old, like, not necessarily like propaganda posters, but like old school like spaghetti western movie posters. You got Tezzeret the Seeker, Grizzlebrand, Nicol Bolas. Looks like he's eating a train. You got Grenzo, Vorinclex, Corvold, Memnarch, Corona the False Gods. Like, the really beautiful art. It was like, it's all like extended frame arts, or extended borderless arts. I think that's how they're calling it now. But this is the Outlaw Anthology. Looks like there's 2 volumes to it. Rebellious Renegades and then Sinister Scoundrels. It's like just really beautiful art, and I like this a lot. Again, I would not mind owning any of these cards. These are beautiful. They show the characters in a new light, as if they were on Thunder Junction. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Okay, and then we have some wanted posters. Got Colitis, Traitor of Get, Dak Faden, Magda, Greasefang. Now this is another one that I saw passed around the internet a lot too, is the poker cards. Now I like what they're doing with this. Like, the art itself is great. It reminds me of like the old like 52 card decks of cards. But the thing here is, a lot of these cards here are going to be troublesome because there's no text on them. Because like a lot of these cards do a lot. Like, specifically Coffin Queen. Coffin Queen does a lot. Jaxus the Troublemaker does a lot. Professional Facebreaker has a lot of text on it. These cards do a lot of stuff, and not everyone is going to know or understand what exactly these cards do. Especially Coffin Queen. Coffin Queen hasn't been seen since Tempest. That's over 20 years ago. That's an old damn card. So like, if you're going to be playing with any of these cards, you're going to need like an actual like copy of it off to the side, or a phone on hand to look up Oracle text, because this is, again, cool, stylistic, beautiful art, especially in the case of the Coffin Queen, but you're going to need some help understanding what these cards do. So not so sure I would have gone with the textless angle on these. Or if they were going to do textless cards, maybe choose cards that everyone knows, like Doomblader, Counterspell, Mana Lake, stuff like that. All right, moving on. Okay, now this one enraged me. This one unnecessarily enraged me. It is full extended art done in Comic Sans. The font is Comic Sans, and it's lower cases and upper cases, and it's so stupid. Which is such a shame, because the art is gorgeous. This is like some of the best art on these cards. You got Mogus, God of Slaughter, Doomblade, Massacre, Torment of Hailfire, Ruination. all great cards that would see a lot of play, especially in Commander. But the text enrages me. It's so stupid. I can't get around it. Anyways. Okay, looks like that is going to be the end of this like spoiler listing here. But I really just wanted to share these with you guys because this is really cool in a lot of areas, except for that Comic Sans shit. Like that can just go away. But me personally, this is my favorite right here. The Goblin Graham Instagram posts with the comment sections at the bottom. Like, this is something I would buy. This is really, really funny. Anyways, so that's my thoughts on it. What do you think of each of these? Are they all stupid? Are they all great? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? I really want to know what you guys think about this because I can only speak through my own prism. I don't know what you guys are all thinking. So, anyways, that's going to be it for today. Just a little short video I wanted to put out here and talk about these really silly secret lairs. So, until next time, y'all take care of yourselves.